Hey guys, my name is Cidiac and welcome back to another episode of FarmTown here in City Skylines 2. Where last episode, guys, we implemented some of our smaller satellite villages around the main town, which is now going to build up smaller little communities that feed the farming industry. Now, if we kind of get out of this real quick right now, you can see the 3 towns that we built in question. We kind of went down in sizes. We got a large one here which goes off the main road and slightly sprawls out. We then have another one which is just slightly off the beaten track. It also kind of reminds me how maybe like the original town grew before the bypass road was implemented. We've got the bypass road going along the side. Looks pretty good. And we've got this one over here which is not on the road at all. It's completely isolated in the middle of the farming fields. Now I asked you guys on the last episode in the comment section to give me some pretty sweet name suggestion ideas for what we could call these 3 different villages. And I'm going to pick, well, I have picked some random ones from a bunch of random comments. Now, I'll try and remember everybody's names and what I, kind of the comments I picked. The first one we got here right now, which is originally called Madison Square, is coming from the Master Dork, and he says to call it Little, hang on, I got to write this right, Littleville. There we go. Littleville, which you can just about see it right now, but we got Littleville, which is the name there. We got our main one, which is FarmTown. We've now got Littleville, and then we're moving on to our next one right now. If I can quickly just find the comment. Hold on, where did it go? I've kind of lost the comment right now. Hold on, boys. I do have it. I promise you I do have the comment here somewhere. And it is... It's here somewhere. There we go. I found it. So this is coming from... your boy, is it? I think it's Faz Ramed, and to name it Rosedale Village. Nice, that's quite a nice little name, isn't it? I'm going to take that, boys. I'm taking that on board right now. And then finally the last one right now, which we have coming all the way from your boy Joe, which I'm surprised because this is the best one that is related to what's going on around it. Wheatville. So for those fools out there, I really do appreciate the helping hand right now and give me some name suggestions of the smaller satellite villages. But today, what are we doing, Cidiac? Well, now we have these smaller little communities dotted around. We can now ultimately start thinking a little bit about public transport. Now, when I say public transport, all I mean is just for this area. When we start eventually setting up additional towns dotted around, I think what we'll then do is run train lines to the individual towns. But to have a train line going through this way, it seems a little bit pointless. It's a little bit too close. So I think we should utilize buses that kind of go around and bring us all back in. Now, I am hoping at some point we can unlock these few tiles here to get the road all connected back up. And hopefully eventually get these tiles unlocked as well so we can extend the train line. So how far are we currently off right now from unlocking it? We need 46,700. We're on 41,500. Not bad. So we might be able to do it today. So I'm going to hook up buses that kind of create... I don't know if to do multiple routes. We have like a simple one in the main town itself going back and forth to the industry, and then we have a dedicated one that goes through the villages looping back around to bring them back in. Now for me to be able to build bus routes, I'm gonna need a bus depot. Now I don't need anything else. I could put a bus station in, but that I don't know too much just yet about implementing something like that. But I feel like it should be placed in around our current main transportation systems. Now this is the bus depot. This is where the buses kind of are stored and then get unloaded and where they go for maintenance. It's not where passengers go to. That's a little bit different. So I'm thinking, what if I come off or built a road going down to here, right? And then we flip the building on the opposite side. Oh, okay, we need to go over by it one more. I was close, but no cigar. So if I ran that road down to there, and then threw this in... Oh, okay. We've got to go right to the edge. Now, the only reason I want to do this is because... Oh, was it there? I can't remember if it was on that one or the one I have to do before it. No, it can go on this one. So if I implement that there, it keeps the vehicles off the main bit of road. It's not busy anyway, but it gives them their own very own dedicated little area that we can utilize. So this is where the buses come from. I can build a garage extension, which now realizing it, I might slightly need to move that down. Beautiful garage extension, which will give us a grand total of 35 buses. I don't think we'll need that many buses to begin with. But apparently we've already got 2 vehicles in maintenance. Well, those buses have already broken down. Now, I'm not going to go electric. I think that's a little bit too advanced for the town at the moment. But we've got our little bus depot in. Now, the other option we could potentially do is the bus station, which is a main terminal or terminus. For kind of situating like a local area for a bunch of buses to kind of connect to it. And I did say just that it might be a little bit too much for this area, but then thinking about it, it could be the main crisscross between the train station to the bus terminal area to kind of then, continue our loops. And that sounds amazing, but the only problem is the size of the building here. I would almost have to upgrade it to the alley-style roads leading down this way, which is going to be a bit of a pain because they don't like the idea of this already. So let me just quickly delete these. I think it's because of that there, isn't it? I think it was because of the path. So this will be a little bit of an idea that we can kind of scoop up and hopefully run with. If I get that path to kind of connect back in. Well, I don't need a crisscross because it's going to crisscross on there anyway. And it does look a little bit funky, but we've got ideas for this. It does mean I can then squeeze this in, but I don't know whether to kind of make it go the full distance. If I got rid of you and then placed you in right on the edge's corner, is there any extensions to it apart from a taxi rank stop and extra platforms? I mean, I don't think we need extra platforms to begin with, but I kind of want a little bit of space to work with, so I might just implement it just here instead and have this road originally attached in because it is a good walkway all the way up to the train station. So within this area then, they'll enter the region or exit the region via the train line, and they can crisscross to the bus station, stand on a platform and wait for the bus routes with their loops to come round. So it becomes like a main transport hub here, pretty much, doesn't it? We have the taxi depot just over here as well. So everything is kind of within the vicinity. Yeah. Okay. Now, I don't know if I would want to place down more car parks. I mean, we have definitely got some space to do so. I don't know how big for the car parks you would want to go. But there's definitely space for car parks. So if I put you just there, I can squeeze one in just there. Now, I know it seems quite excessive, but you got to think because a lot of people are going to drive over here, park up, and then get on public transport. Now, I know it leaves a few odd little gaps, but we can fill them with all kinds of stuff, so that's quite exciting. I'm liking how this is going to kind of all fall together. I really do like how this is all going to fall together, which means I can now do bus routes. So we'll do bus shelters for it. We even have like transportation roads as well. Oh, that's a bit jazzy, isn't it? Now, let's see. What I'm first going to do is I think we should first set up the inner town routes, which will kind of circle around the town, take them to the industrial area, and then bring them back around the town, back down to the industrial area. We'll just kind of keep an inner town one, the dedicated town, the FarmTown bus route, and then we'll build a second one that links around to bring them all back in. Now, to be able to do that, I think I'm going to have to slightly extend our road network just so I can kind of create some decent routes. So if I bring this up to there, alright, this is all going to come together. Bringing you down as well, just so I can kind of pre-plan a lot of my areas. Because at this moment in time, until I've bought these tiles and do anything over here, the bus route is going to come down this way through the town, back up and cut through here to reach back up. So, do you know what? I think we'll be okay. I honestly think we'll be okay. So we'll spend a little bit of extra money and add a little bit of an additional comfort level and use bus shelters rather than bus stops. So they'll come out of here, right, and we'll kind of bring it in to allow them to tackle the first bus stop just there. And then I'll implement, and we'll do them quite regularly, a bus stop just there, one just there, which will be the main one for the cargo area, which will then turn out, it will then run up this way, or I can bring it in a little bit further, but this is the inner town route anyway. And then I'm going to have a stop just there. Now, I know they're quite close by, but they're going to do different jobs. They are going to do different jobs. So it's going to come up to here, where we'll have a bus stop just there. Well, they'll then do a right turn, and then we'll whack a little bit of a bus stop just here. So it kind of turns in to go up this way. We'll add a stop just there. It turns down this road. And I'm going to try and get it to combine the other route as well. And it's going to pretty much go back into here. So what it does, it gives us a radius around the town at the moment. But also there's a couple of stops there that will crisscross the big outer loop. You can already see taxis making their way to the small villages. So it just goes to show that we do need public transport leading over there. So I want to pause for a moment right now, because as soon as I build this, it's going to try and tell me how many buses need to go on the routes. So this is going to go down to its first stop this way, which we can also dictate with waypoints where the buses run. But that would be completely fine. Then we move down to here. Then we move down to here. Now, by default, it's going to try and make us go this way with the route, which is perfectly fine. There we go. And then we'll have another stop just here. We'll then get down to here. I think the way it's dictating it to run is fine by me. Yeah, that works completely fine by me. There we go. Nice little blue bus route on the go. So, do we change the colour of it so we can kind of see? Let's actually rename this right now. We're going to call this our... Oh, hello. Where am I? There we go. Our FarmTown loop. No, we'll call it our FarmTown inner loop. There we go, because that makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? It does make a lot more sense. Now, how many buses do you want to throw in there? He wants to throw on, by default, 6 buses. I'll reduce that down to 3. I'll put it to its minimum. I'm going to put it down to its minimum. And then from that, we'll see if we need to add more on or take any away. You know what I mean? We'll just kind of see how we get on with that. So that should do us some justice for now. The other argument you could make is making the route go the opposite way. The same stops, but going the opposite direction. Again, we'll see how much demand we get off it first before we go that far. So let's just see how this ticks along first then. We've got the buses, which then should be pumping out of the bus depot shortly. So let's have a little fast forward. There we go. We should only see 3 of them come out. All right, there we go, boys. There we go. And that'll do all the routes right now. And eventually they will be all spaced out. So this is going to become a little bit of a transport hub. I like this. The town is really starting to expand right now, isn't it? So that will take some time before we start seeing the full effect of it. It will start to take some time, but it'll be quite interesting. It will be quite interesting to see what we get out of this. There's already 2 passengers already waiting right now. And where's the buses? The buses are already driving around, right? Where are they? How do you see the different indication of buses? Oh, it's that little symbol there. I gotcha. So what's that then? Is that like an intercity bus? It is, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So while that all happens then, let's kind of plan out the outer loop. So we'll treat it the same. It'll come out there. It will utilize that stop, and that stop. But then we're going in this direction. Now, I've got 2 options. I could just do a simple stop on each of the villages, or your boy could dedicate and have a stop in, right, every so often on these roads. Reason for that is it does have a little bit of a radius for some of the farming areas for employees to make their way to. Add a stop there. I'll bring this round and we'll add a stop then just... Is that one too close? No, that one should be reasonably fine. And it might not make a lot of sense for all of it. It might not make a lot of sense for all of the farms, because you're like, well, why don't you get some down here? This is just for our outer loop. More farms will be on this side, which will benefit from the bus stops as well. But at the moment, it's mainly serving this outer loop. It's a direct route. So we'll add this one then in just here. And I'll put it further up there. It's, again, satisfies the whole that village anyway, but we can do little walking paths to kind of shorten the distances as well. So that will go there. I'll add one just here. Now we change him. But the change is we're going this way and then cutting down. So I reckon as it goes through here, we'll get this to stop here. Ooh, we can't. I think it's because you can't put a shelter on what is deemed a dirt road. So I put a normal bus stop just there. There, and then we're going back out and we're hooking straight down to there. So I think that will be fine. That will be fine. You got a small radius that it reaches a few farms, but ultimately, it doesn't reach all of them. Now that's fine, but at least you can get them to the little villages anyway. At least we can get them to the little villages. So we start to see buses arriving right now. A bus has just left the bus station. Looking pretty good, boys. There's currently 10 passengers waiting as well. And let's get this next bus route underway. So, bus line. And I'll use the second stand, where it would then go down to here, down to there, down to there, but this time it goes straight across to our first one here, here, all the way around to there, all the way around to there, where it then turns in to go down to here, and then we're hooking back up to the other loop, which brings us all the way back in as well. And that's completed that route. So another one that goes around the edges. It's pretty nice. For a basic bus route, and for a basic... I'm going to class this as our basic version of our bus routes. Farm, town. We're going to call it the outer. How do you spell outer? Outer loop. I was about to put outer with like O-U-T-T-A. He doesn't know how to spell. Oh, the line usage is at 40% already. Now, the outer loop wants to put 9 buses on. I'm going to reduce it down to 5. Again, it's only saying that because of the length of the line. But I don't know how much demand we're going to see from these small towns. But it might transport also a lot of workers. So we'll see. We shall see. And we ultimately just got to give it time for these bus routes to settle. Now, the question is, boys, if you was me right now, would it make sense for me then to build let's just say it's the clockwise route. Would it make sense then to build the counterclockwise, like having it go in the opposite direction? In real life, you would, 9 times out of 10, you would have a counterclockwise route. But I don't know how much demand we're going to see. Because sometimes, rather than, when you see a route that's like 100% like utilized and full, like here, like if that was 100%, you would say, okay, let's add more buses on. But ideally, you want to add another loop going in the opposite direction. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll give it some time and see how we kind of get on with it. But for the first time ever, they've now got a bus route. And it's got its own bus lane. Nice! It's quite exciting, isn't it? So like I said, we'll see how time goes and we'll see how utilised these lines will become. And it could be, in a couple of episodes' time, we might need to slightly adjust the routes and loops and systems. But for now, it should be just okay. Now, there's a vehicle over here being stored. And because this is such a transporter, we could actually build some commercial over here as well. It would kind of make a little bit of sense. So we'll get a couple of stores down here. Some juicier stores just down here. Oh, wow. My bus station is already on fire. Great stuff, boys. Great stuff. We're already on fire right now. Here comes the fire engine. Nino, Nino, Nino. Here it is, boys. Put the fire out. That person's running. Well, they were running. Wait, hold on. Now the car park's on fire? Wait, how did the fire spread to concrete? That's what I want to know. How did the fire spread to concrete? Oh, dear God. Right, anyway, I was going to get some more paths connected. Now, it's not going to be a benefit to everybody, but these additional connections of paths will help them out. They can kind of walk from there, shortcut down, bam, 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 in. Just makes a little bit more sense. Same with like a village over here as well. I could do a nice little shortcut just to there. To ease the burden, someone over here as well, walking down, could potentially benefit with something like that. Don't want to lead it to like all straight because it looks too uniform. And we're okay over here. I say we're okay over here. I mean, we could do with something like that. Just kind of ease it. And then we'll leave it like that. Nice. Looks really good, doesn't it? It does look really good, but time will tell. Time will tell. So we're starting to get a little bit of traffic here and there. This is where areas and where you maybe want to start thinking about bulking up your roads. Because the bigger the town becomes, the more traffic we're going to get. Now, we solved it here really, really well by having the asymmetrical road, which people... What's that noise? Hello? Oh, is it this? That's quite eerie, isn't it? I don't like it. Yeah, we solved it by allowing 2 vehicles to enter the junction. Now, stuff like that will play a big part in areas like this, where, yes, it's a bit different as we have the extra route to kind of lead in, but it could help us out with the traffic. Now, we're going to do it highway style, but it does cause issues with the farming land. Now, we're mainly seeing the issue come from this way. So you need 2 lanes leading this way, so I'm going to have to slightly adjust this farm and just pull this back slightly. Actually, if I just get rid of it like that, is that enough then to upgrade you? It is. And it pretty much just gives us that dedicated turning lane if you're heading left. So if you're going straight ahead, you're perfectly fine. Which, just by doing that, look how much... Look, we just literally solved the traffic. It's just been solved so easily. Which, once this now catches up with itself, we should be all good. We should be all good. Just like that, boys. Just like that. Now, I'm not saying that we're not going to have any traffic ever again. We probably will get traffic again at some point. But that just done a beautiful job for us. Beautiful. And if you get issues like that lead around anywhere else in the future, it's just a really, really simple and easy fix. You've got to roll with the punches when you get issues popping up here, there, and everywhere. You got to roll with the punches. So now then, it's currently 8 PM in the game almost. So public transport and need for public transport will slightly start dying down. You can set up a line schedule. Now you can see our outer loop is being utilised quite well. It's not that far behind in terms of passengers, but it's a big difference on line usage because of the length of the line. But you can start to see that we are getting quite a few passengers utilising the bus routes. And I don't think I need to add any more buses just yet. I think at this moment in time, it's about right. It's about right. Can I view this line? I'm pressing the wrong buttons here. What's going on, Sonny? What's going on right now? But, day line, night line, 24-hour line. But yeah, it works perfectly well. It does work perfectly well. The only issue would be for them is because we don't have that many buses, maybe they are waiting a little bit longer than usual for the next bus to arrive. But it's working as planned. They get on the train, off the train, wherever it may be, and then they walk over to the bus station and hop on a bus. Or the station itself, did we implement it? Yeah, we did implement a taxi stop. So they've got the options of taxis or simply... Is this the taxi stop here anyway? Is that what it's classed as? I'm not sure what's classed as the taxi stop. But yeah, it all works out. It all complements one another, and that's the main thing we're trying to go for. Is the complementations. The complementations. Now, something else that we need to figure out and we need to set up is the sewage, because right now we are polluting the waterways and I don't really have anything I could utilize for sewage. I need the advanced water pumping station. Now, to get the advanced water pumping station, we just need to unlock the water treatment plant. Oh, actually, we don't need the advanced water treatment. We just need the water treatment plant, don't we? Yeah. So maybe that's something that we look at in the next episode, is ways in which we can stop polluting. And I also want to redo our landfill site. I don't think landfill is the best option for us for the town. I think recycling might be the way forward. So I might utilize a little area for water pumping for the sewage, and of course the garbage as well. And then hopefully we then have enough tiles that we can unlock to skedoodle out this way with the line of the trains and start thinking about expanding the farms and building an additional town which we can also attach to the train line. Ooh, exciting! So we'll end it for here, boys. I think the bus route has worked out in our favour. Now, we'll add more public transport options, but that's when we've got more destinations. But just let me know. Do you think it would be worth it adding in the counterclockwise loops? If so, smash that like button down below. Let me know in the comment section down below too. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.